prop suggestions for this class: a blanket, a block, a strap, or the things that could substitute for those items. We'll start on our backs. Place yourself down on your back and then bring in a few settling, landing breaths. With each inhale, gather more of yourself into the space. Into this time and into your body. Bend the knees, heel-toe the feet wide apart to the edges of the mat. Drop the knees to your left. And bring the right arm up and overhead. If you are working with a sore hip today, you could slide the blanket underneath of you now so that as you go from side to side, you've got a little bit of extra support. Take a few full cycles of breath here, inhaling, drawing the breath up from the belly towards the throat, and exhaling, emptying the breath out from the throat down to the hips. Draw your fullest breath in yet. And then gently hold that breath in. Open the mouth and let it go. Roll the back of the pelvis across the mat and drop your knees to the right. Lower the right arm and then bring the left arm up and overhead. And now focus on a broadening breath. So as you inhale, imagine moving the rib cage wider. And as you exhale, observe the torso as it condenses back towards your center. Inhale, expand the sides of the waist, expand the sides of the rib cage. And exhale, observe and participate with the breath as it moves back towards the center of the body. Take a full breath in. Hold it in for a moment. Relax the body around the breath. Open your mouth and release the breath. Bring the knees to center and then hug your knees in towards your chest. Draw the knees out towards the armpits. We're going to hang out in a floppy, happy baby here. So maybe you grab the fronts of the knees or the shins, maybe you grab behind the knees or the hamstrings, and just kind of experiment. You can move the legs from side to side. You could bring the knees in towards each other and then out, tracing the outline of your hip sockets. Or you could just hold on here and be in roast turkey pose, maybe even circling the ankles. Take a full breath in, fill the front and the back surfaces of your body. And exhale here. Let go of the legs and place the feet down onto the mat, hip distance apart, wider if you like, don't really matter. Bring the forearms in front of you, so bend the elbows and make your forearms and hands like when you are pantomiming reading a book. Open, close, and then keep it open. Can you keep the inner edges of the elbows and the forearms and the hands and the pinkies together as you reach the fingertips straight back, so towards the wall that's above your head? And then bring the arms back to their starting place. And now let's do it with breath. Inhale, reach the fingertips back, keeping the forearms in a line, like you're sliding the arms along a tabletop. And then exhale, bring the forearms back in front of you. Inhale, reach the fingertips back. Only go as far as you can keep the inner edges of the arms glued together. And once you've found that end range, exhale, bring the arms back. Do that one more time. Inhale, slide the forearms, the palms of the hands along an invisible countertop. And then exhale, bring them back to your starting place. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Inhale here, filling the belly, filling the low back. And then exhale, draw the knees towards the chest. Inhale fully. Exhale completely as you condense the body. Inhale, fill the belly so that it presses up towards the thighs. And then exhale, wring the breath out. Now keeping the knees in like this, drop the knees to the left and open the right arm out to the side. And we've already done a good bit of work along the front of the chest, the pecs. So if you find any sensation in that junction that goes from the chest to the shoulder, use that, play with it. Can you find a different angle for the arm that provides a sensation of counter stretch, relief, release along the chest and shoulder? You may find it from a passive placement of the arm, using the weight of your structure and gravity to create the stretch, or you may become a little bit more participatory, active in it, and reach the arm away, creating the stretch. Take a full breath in. And exhale, change sides. Once your knees are to the right and left arm to the other side, again, be in that little bit of inquiry. Explore different positions for the arm. Maybe you can relax into the shape to create a counter stretch. Or maybe you reach. Whatever is going on with the shoulder and the arm, Please also bring your awareness and attention to the breath and participate with it actively. Take a full breath in. And exhale. Either make your way onto your side or onto your back and bring yourself onto hands and knees. Place the hands under the shoulders, the knees under ye olde hips, and then take a few cycles of cat-cow. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the crown of the head. Exhale, press into the floor, round and dome the spine inward as you empty the breath out completely. Keep going. Make the movement last as long as that segment of breath. One more cycle of breath. Bring yourself into a neutral spine, tabletop position. And now bring the hips back like you're heading towards a child's pose, and notice where the tailbone starts to curl down towards the floor. Pause there. And then bring yourself back up to tabletop. And now take yourself back towards that child's pose, and right before the tailbone starts to curl down, pause and lift the tailbone up instead. And then walk the hands forward. Ease the head down and take your child's pose here. Feel free to experiment with where and how you place the hands. So you could walk the hands farther away. You could even walk them farther apart. Create a version of child's pose that feels spacious. Take one more cycle of breath here. Then look forward. Walk the hands forward even more. This may have the result of bringing your hips forward as well. That's totally cool. And then ease the chest down towards the mat. So we're looking here for some stretch in the armpit area. Around the chest, if you find that you feel pretty jammed up in the shoulders, experiment with taking the hands wider apart. And if you feel jammed up and simultaneously somehow unsupported in the shoulders, bring a bit of downward pressure into the hands. So press the hands slightly down. But continue to ease the chest down towards the mat. Maybe you bring the forehead down. Maybe you bring the chin down if that's something that your neck naturally wants to do. And keep reaching the hips back behind you. Inhale here. And then exhale, walk your hands back in, shift forward, negotiate yourself back towards a tabletop position, and then make your way into downward facing dog. Spread the toes wide in your down dog. Pedal out the feet. Pedal out the hands. If the wrists are tender, then do this with the forearms down instead. As you inhale, shift forward towards plank pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Step the feet onto the edges of your mat. Bend the knees and walk your hands in towards the feet. Release the spine and the upper body over the support of your legs. Can you relax the back of your neck? Can you relax your eyebrows? Keep the upper body, arms, hands, eyebrows, upper lip, tip of your nose, all of it relaxed. And roll up the spine. Once the head is up, inhale and circle the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands together in front of your heart. Open your eyes and see what's in front of you. Look at what's in front of you. And then maybe look around the rest of the room. Use your eyes to gather information about the space that you're in currently, in this moment. And then release the arms. Do some big shoulder circles forward. If you like to do shoulder circles with the fingertips on the shoulder heads, that's fine by me. Make some big shoulder circles back. Notice any crisping and crunching. Soften the shoulders, pause, and now right shoulder, circle it back. Big circles. And then look for a little moment, like you're hopping into a game of double dutch, and begin to roll the left shoulder forward as you continue to roll the right shoulder back. And if at some point you check in with your body and you're like, I think they're going the same way, then reset and re-engage with the activity. Right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Practice being patient and gentle with yourself. If this doesn't come easily or naturally the first time or any time, please be gentle and patient with yourself. Pause the shoulders, roll both shoulders up and back. And then left shoulder, make big circles backwards. Remember that you are not somebody who literally makes a living rolling their shoulders in opposite directions, unlike some people that we're practicing with. That's my job. Once you've found a steady groove with the left shoulder rolling back, add in the right shoulder rolling forward. If you lose the groove, reset, try again. Pause the shoulders. Inhale, lift the shoulders up towards your earlobes. And exhale, roll them down and back. Spread your toes wide, reconnect with your lower body. Press all four corners of your feet down into the mat, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, lift halfway, reach the crown of your head forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Fold forward any amount, knees bent any amount. One more time. Inhale, lift. Fill the lungs. Even more. Open the mouth. Exhale, fold forward, empty out. Press into the feet. Reach the arms wide. Stand all the way up. Reach up. Full breath in. Exhale, hands to prayer. Step to the top of your mat, or Charleston, your way there. Whatever you want to do. Place your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Press your right foot down. Step the left foot back. Be careful of your blanket. Ease the hips down a little bit. Lift the hips up a little bit. And then place the back knee down. Bring your upper body upright to organize the legs into two more or less 90-degree angles. If the arms are feeling nervous because they don't have anything to do, then you can place them on your hips. Move the entire body slightly forward in space. So without much tucking, tilting, micro adjustments, just imagine moving the body forward in space, and then cactus the arms. Draw the elbows back behind you, the wrists back. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale, lift the breastbone up towards the crown of your head, up towards your jawline. Relax your jaw. Take a couple more cycles of breath here. Inhale one more time. And then exhale, take your hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, and then step the back foot forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach wide, stand all the way up, fullest breath in. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Press your left foot down. Step the right foot back. Ease the hips down. And lift the hips up. Place the back knee down. Bring yourself upright. Organize the two 90-degree angles. Hands can start on your hips if you'd like, or practice not having anything to do with your hands. That's something we could practice, right? Ease the body forward. Shift the entire body forward in space. Cactus the arms. And now, like we did towards the beginning of class, bring the inner edges of the elbows, inner edges of the forearms, hands, and pinky fingers together. Press them together. As you bring them together, can you relax your shoulders and your neck? Can you also keep your jaw soft and continue moving the breath? Inhale. Exhale, release, hands down. Step back towards plank. This could be with the knees down. This could be with the knees up. And then without much fuss, ease yourself down onto your belly. Untuck the toes, inhale to cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale into the cobra pose of your choice. Exhale, lower. Head towards a tabletop position and then into that tailbone lifted child's pose. So start to ease the hips back towards the heels, lift the tailbone up, walk the hands forward. Relax the head down. Keep reaching the hips back. Make your way into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, spread your wings, stand up, rise up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Find your strap. Grab your strap. Get your blanket out of the way also, please. And we'll start at the top of the mat with the feet hip distance apart. Press your right foot down and then step the left foot back, maybe a leg's length, maybe less, and then turn the back foot out. Organize the hips so that the hip points turn forward, and then bend into the front knee. So how wide the feet are is going to depend on how your body is built. We are not going to spend a lot of time in Warrior One, but this is Warrior One. Strap, bring it behind you. Hold it about shoulder distance, maybe wider, with the palms facing behind you, as though you could wiggle hello to somebody, a friend who's behind you. And then reach the fingertips, the knuckles, rather, down towards the floor. And lift the hands back behind you. How is this feeling in the shoulders? If it feels real jammed up, not loving it, bring the hands down. Take a wider grip on the strap. Reach the knuckles towards the floor. And then lift the arms up behind you. Repeat as many times necessary to find a sense of stretch along the front of the shoulders. You could also consider bringing the hands together if that's how your shoulders work. Inhale, lift the breastbone towards the jawline. And then exhale, step forward. Take as many mini steps as it takes to bring the hands next to each other. And then we're going to head straight into the second side. So press your left foot down and then step the right foot back. Turn the toes out at an angle and then organize the width of your feet so that both hip points can face forward like the headlights of a car. And then with the strap behind you, turn your hands around the opposite direction. So now your fingertips are wiggling a hello to a friend in front of you. Reach the knuckles towards the floor. And then lift the strap behind you. Check out your hand placement. Do you feel crammed in the shoulders, or do you feel like you're getting a sensation of stretch? If you're crammed, bring the hands down, try a different hand position, and re-enter the pose. Inhale, lift the breastbone towards the jawline. And then exhale, step forward, release the strap. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press your feet down, stand up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Find your block now. You could choose to stay facing the top of the mat and step the feet wide off of the mat onto the wood or the carpet. Turn the toes out, the heels in, and sit down, or you could choose to turn to the side of your mat, feet wide, toes out, heels in, bend the knees, check out the low back. If you're feeling like you're really arched here and it's cramming up your low back space, then guide the tailbone gently forward. Perhaps even angle the upper body forward some. Bend the knees any amount, spread the toes, and now with your block, pass it in front of you, pass it behind you. Keep doing that. And now experiment. Where else can you arc this passing? Can you pass the block to yourself in such a way that maybe you don't even see your arms or the block in your peripheral vision? You can pass it low. You can pass it high. You can pass it midway. And then change directions. If you're wanting some more experience, some more sensation, some more work in the legs, bend the knees more. If you're wanting the opposite of that, bend the knees less. Bring in the breath. As the muscles fatigue, call on more breath to fuel the movement. Pass it one more time around. And then straighten the legs. Turn the toes forward. Maybe even toes slightly in, heels slightly out. Place the block down in front of you. And then, without much fuss again, fold forward over your legs towards the block or towards the floor. You decide how wide to place the feet. Relax the head and the neck. Now you could choose to continue to use the block as an anchor to reach for. I'm going to move mine out of the way. Walk your fingertips forward. This could be on the floor, or you could reach forward to the block that you've moved farther away from you. And then keep your left fingertips down and thread the right arm underneath and walk it towards the left foot, towards the opposite leg or foot. So you could keep I'm trying to look at you all corkscrewed. You could walk the fingertips on the mat, or you could take the hand somewhere, anywhere, onto the opposite leg and guide yourself into a twist here. Relax the neck, the face, the ears. Inhale fully into the backs of your lungs. And then exhale, walk that working hand, the bottom hand back to center. And then change sides. So now anchor the right fingertips down onto the floor or onto the block and thread the left arm underneath. Maybe hanging out somewhere on the mat, maybe the leg. How much of a twist you guide yourself into is completely up to you. But please do allow the head and the neck some time to relax here. Take a full breath, filling into the backs of the lungs. And then exhale, unwind yourself towards center. Walk the hands back in, maybe onto the block, maybe on the floor. Inhale, lift halfway, reach the crown of the head forward. And exhale, fold inward. Bend into the knees. Press down through all four corners of each foot. Bring your hands onto your hips and then stand all the way up. And then squiggle your way back to center. Stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower your knees. Bring yourself into a comfortable seated position. Prioritize comfort in the low body. That means sit wherever you want to sit. Maybe it's in a chair. Maybe it's on a prop. Wherever you choose to sit, please do have some space available behind you. So sofa is totally great as long as you are forward enough so that you've got some posterior space to play in. And then grab your strap. I'm going to grab the loop, the D-ring end of mine, only so it's not clanging around. Take a wide grip on the strap, and then bring the strap up and overhead, adjusting your hand placement as you go. So if you feel like you hit kind of a wall where you're like, if I keep going, I'm going to be wrenching in there. Don't do that. Widen the grip instead, please. And then bring the strap back up and overhead. Do that just a couple more times. And now I could really get us all bollocksed up by trying to narrate us through the following movements. So instead, I'm going to suggest find a paddling movement in the arms. It's something like a paddling or like a figure eight. swirling side to side. Feel free to look at the screen to get any sense of what I'm trying to describe to you. And look for ways in which this can feel more pleasant than excruciating, please. So if that means taking a more generous grip on the strap, then do that. And then switch the direction of your paddling or lemniscating or whatever the heck it is here that we're doing. You could even get the thoracic spine involved here, creating a bit of a stretch along the side ribs as you go. I'd like to leave it up to you to sense into your own body and intuit how exactly to participate. One more time around. And then release the strap. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Without forcing anything, allow gravity and breath to invite softness into this open space on the left side of your neck. If you would like to potentially amplify the sensation here, imagine breathing directly into this space where the top of your shoulder and the base of your neck meet. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, carefully bring the head back to center. Move slowly. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Be patient, be gentle, invite in breath, invite in time. Instead of trying to muscle the structures apart, instead invite a softening into the tissues. You could even imagine focusing your breath directly into the space around the right collarbone. Inhale fully. And then exhale slowly, carefully. Bring the head back to center. Now sense into what your body, particularly the neck and the shoulders, want to do right now. And leave that up to you because our necks do a lot of different things. They work in a lot of different ways. Prioritize what works for your neck. So a couple options include lowering gently the chin down towards the chest, maybe sweeping from side to side. This could be a looking up and a looking down, maybe some neck circles or rolls. This could even mean a little bit of self-massage by gripping with the opposite hand, one hand onto opposite shoulder and squeezing the tissues on the top of your shoulder. Take another couple breaths to finish out anything else that wants to happen right now for the neck. And then guide your head back to center and make your way down onto your back, however you want to get there. Cross the left ankle onto right thigh. You could press the left thigh away. You could draw the right leg in closer. Fire up an isometric hold for just a moment. So press the ankle into the thigh and the thigh back into the ankle. Just quickly dial it up to 50 or 60 or 70% effort and take a full breath in, press. And then exhale, release. And then get into the stretch. Inhale. And then exhale, free the hands and the legs. Change sides, right ankle onto left thigh, either pressing right thigh away or gathering left leg in closer. And fire it up for just a moment, so press ankle into thigh, thigh to ankle. Inhale, press. And then exhale, soften into the stretch. Inhale, fill the shape with breath. And exhale, release the shape entirely, unwind it, draw your knees in towards your chest. If you are working with a tender or sore hip today, you can slide the blanket back under the pelvis and then draw the knees in so that when you drop your knees now to the left, you've got a little bit of support, a little bit more softness. Inhale, fill your belly, fill your chest. Exhale, change sides. Inhale, fill the sides of your waist, sides of your ribs. Exhale, bring the knees to center. And then glide yourself into your final relaxation pose. With each exhalation, can you soften a little bit more onto the floor? Notice where in your body is still holding tension. Maybe it's in your hands or your feet. Maybe it's in your face or in the pit of your belly or in your brain. Soften it now. Keep all of that softness and begin to take some fuller breaths. Start to make some movements in the hands and the feet. Maybe a little shimmy side to side. And then bend your knees and roll over onto your side. And then glide yourself up into a seated position. Bring the hands together in front of your heart. Rub the hands together. Now bring that warmth to yourself and place one hand onto your heart and the other hand onto your belly. And send to yourself an offering of respect. Thank you.